Hello, Facebook world. This is Katie Max with Get Your Glow On, and I am so thrilled to be with you today on Mastery Monday. I want to share with you what I did on Friday and Saturday that was so beautiful and such a transformative time. I ended up going to a conference called Wisdom 2.0. And I was with like-hearted people that were really willing to tell the truth. Hey, Delon, were really willing to tell the truth about where they are in their life and really seeking more joy, seeking more connection, seeking more love with self and others. And there were amazing people. Oh, Delon, it was my pleasure to give you support. I think you're a rock star. And it was such a joy to see you doing Facebook Live. I loved it. But I just want to encourage all of you to really step into your life in a new way, right? We are all connected to these stories and beliefs about who we think we are and who we think we aren't. And like I said in the last video, our language authors who we are. And I just invite you to really take a look at what you're saying to yourself, what you're saying to others about yourself, really what your conversation is about yourself. Because I can just tell you, you are amazing if you allow yourself to step into that amazing being that is really unique to you. So I've done this before, but I want to just share this because I think it's really important. So, we are all born these amazing, unique, incredible beings. We come into the world, these pure, amazing beings. And then at about age 4, we start to experience life in a way that we don't understand, right? So things start to happen and we don't understand. So we make interpretations up about what's occurring. And we end up wrapping ourselves up to protect ourselves. Okay, so I'll give you some examples. So some of us have come from sexual violence, right? And we don't know what to make of it when we're young. And so we start wrapping ourselves up. Some of us come from an experience where our parents fought and we thought it was about us, or there was alcoholism in your family, or there was some type of abuse that you just didn't understand. And so we make up stories about who we are and who we aren't. Hey, Gloria. Mwah. We make up stories about who we are and who we aren't. And at the very same time, we develop an image. We create an image and we project that image to the world. And that image to the world is, I have it all together. I'm great on my own. I don't need you. I'm confident. I'm moving forward. But really, the truth is that we're wrapped up. Now, what I want to say is usually we put a big smile here, and that's what we project to the world. And what I'm about in the world is helping people wake up to their authenticity, right? To know that there are skills and tools that you can implement in your life where you give yourself the liberation to take this padding off and show up courageously as who you are. We need you to do that, right? The world needs you to do that. And I really believe we are so hungry for that. And I just invite you to reach out to me. This is the work I do at Glow. I teach people skills, tools, and tactics that aren't taught anywhere else. We are taught how to get along. We're taught how to behave, what's acceptable and what isn't, based on gender, based on the color of our skin, based on everything, right? But we don't connect with ourselves in a way that is authentic and loving. And I know that most of humanity is wrapped up. Most of humanity has given up on getting reconnected with our truth, getting reconnected with the beauty that we want to shine into the world. right? I believe we are at a precipice in time where we must step into that version of ourselves. We must step into this version of ourselves and become conscious about what it is that we want. You've heard me talk about setting intention, which is so important because, when we are unconscious, we have also unconscious intention, right? So have you guys ever noticed that like these patterns keep repeating itself? Right? So if you have patterns that aren't working, and you just get to be right at the end of the day about your relationships, about where you are with work, about where you are in your families, about your relationship with your spouse, partner, your children, your coworkers. At the end of the day, if we aren't conscious about the intention of how we want to be with others, then the unconscious intention gets ignited and we repeat the patterns that don't work for us anymore. Most of us have been practicing patterns and behaviors for years. And what I have found is that so many people just want the fix, right? Just tell me what to do just so I can have a better life. Tell me what to do. I just want to do something that's going to change it. And I just want it to be this fast. Well, the good news is I've got tools and tactics and incredible things that can change things. But you must be willing to practice that. I practice all of my teachings every day. And some days I've got great days and some days I don't. But I've got tools to lean into. I've got many more years practicing what was habitual than practicing what is true, what is bringing fulfillment, right? So I must step into that version by creating practices with these tools. And that's what I've done. So the tools that I offer are all about communication, trust, and commitment. And also, I just need to say that things don't change overnight, right? Things don't change overnight, but they change when we're in community. Right? So when on days where you just don't have it in you and you are in community with someone else that does, can step up that day, we serve as inspiration. And that's why I keep asking, what inspires you? What do you want? Because oftentimes we don't know what we want. And if someone else offers that, then it might ignite in you oh, that sounds really good. I want this, or I want that too. We are not taught to focus on what we want. We are taught to get to different places in our life. We are taught that it's important to, have a great job, which, is really wonderful, but there's so many people that can't stand what they do, right? We're taught to have this job, to have this family, to just, follow these designs. And at the end of the day, I'm asking you, what do you want? What lights you up? I'll tell you what lights me up. What lights me up is getting to know you and seeing your gifts and seeing you put those gifts into action. What lights me up is not buying into all of the insanity that's going on right now in the world, all of the division. Right? That doesn't light me up. What lights me up is connecting with you, is making a difference, is living this work, is bringing glow to humanity. That lights me up. Right? What doesn't light me up is the exhaustion that I feel from time to time and wearing it as a badge to say I've worked my butt off and I'm fitting in. That doesn't light me up. What lights me up is taking care of myself, creating time where I honor myself, whether that's through meditation, whether it's through reading a book, sitting down and having quiet time, whether it's getting into nature and reconnecting with how magnificent everything is all around us. That lights me up. So I would love to hear from you. What lights your spirit up? What lights your soul? And I also want to ask, what difference do you want to make in the world? Because we need you to make the difference that you're here to make. We're not here just to get by and survive. And that's how most of us live, if we're willing to tell the truth. That's how most of us live. And time's up with that, people. It's critical that you step into the version of you where you get the gifts that you are and you understand that your contribution to humanity matters. I know this is my soapbox, but I just know the gifts that all of you are. I've experienced so many of you and the tremendous magnificence that you are and the impact you have on my life, which inspires me to be better, right? Which inspires me for more of everything that I know is possible. But in order for us to change our lives, we must come to terms with how wrapped up we really are. That's the first step. Acknowledging that you are wrapped up and protecting yourself so that you don't experience hurt again, so that you don't allow yourself to trust people because you don't want to be hurt. Right? There's so many things. We just make so many assumptions about who we are, who we're not, who others are and who others aren't. And I invite you to step into a new realm. Now, we also act as though we have time. We act as though, I'll do this in the future. How do you know you're going to have a future? At the end of the day, if you aren't fulfilling yourself today so that you can fulfill others, it's not happening. So my question to you is, are you ready? Are you ready to step into the version of you that is what you've been waiting for your whole life? I just met with somebody and she so inspires me. Oh my God, she's just such a gift. She just left. And, she's living her dream and she's scared to death. I'm living my dream and I'm scared. There's that edge of just like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I will tell you, it is so much more important to be on that edge than to have regrets. To get sick and wonder, why didn't I live my dream? I had this time, but I acted as though there was all this time. So people, I just invite you to contact me, to share here about what brings you fulfillment. What do you want for yourself in your life? And people haven't been sharing it, and that's okay, but I would love to hear that from you. What lights you up? What contribution do you want to make? Because the world is waiting for you. So thank you for being, hey, Don, mwah. Francisco, mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh my God, I just love it. Gloria, Nicole, I thank you for being here. That lights me up. Right? Thank you for giving me energy. Thank you for connecting with me. You have no idea the impact it makes. It's like, oh my God, there's people out there. I'm talking into this phone and it's like, I am so grateful to see you. And all of you have touched me profoundly. All of you. So from the fullness of my heart, with all of my glow, I thank you. And I invite you to step into this version of you. So feel free to reach out to me. I would love to talk to you about you living the life you dream of living. It is totally doable, and I promise that because I'm doing it. It's not the easiest road, but the other road is so much more painful, and I would rather take this challenge than be right about my misery and suffering. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm so grateful, and I so look forward to being with you on Transformative Thursday. I will be back at 10 a.m. on Transformative Thursday, Pacific Standard Time. So with that said, much love, many blessings. Go be you. And I can't wait to see you on Thursday. Mwah. Much love.